the unstoppable CR-56 AMAX, a gun that is definitely not slept on, man. So many people tell me that this is their favorite gun in the game, and I decided, you know what, I'm gonna make a real class for this thing finally. I'm gonna try it out and see if I can make it to the best it could actually be. And man, we got two classes I'm gonna share with you guys this game, and or this video I should say, and one of them is like you could use in a Warzone, but you have to change one of the attachments. It's mostly for multiplayer, and it's made for mid-range and long range, and even up close it does some great damage. And then we got the rushing class, which is meant just for rushing, just for pushing people, dropping people, and all that kind of stuff. So guys, man, the CR-56 AMAX, pay attention to the gameplay in the background. This gun is so good, and I honest to God think it's turning into one of the best assault rifles in the entire game, even one of the best SMGs. Like, this thing is just crazy. It doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna share these classes with you guys, and let's get straight into it. What is up, guys? My name is Nick, and welcome back to another Modern Warfare overpowered class setup video. And this one is a fun one because this one is for that CR-56 AMAX. And I have to say, like, this is one of those guns that if you haven't used it yet and you're not using it whatsoever, put it into your class slots. Make a class specifically for this, and you're not going to regret it. It's literally one of the better guns in the entire game. And even without attachments, it does such a great job. So I'm gonna share with you, what am I saying? I'm gonna share these classes with you guys. They're super good. I'll give you guys the perks, everything I'm using on this. And the first one I want to share with you is actually the better class in my opinion, and it's the one that's made for every single range, and it's the one that you're watching right now in the background. But before we get into this, guys, man, yesterday we smashed the like goal of 39 within like 2 minutes, not even like I think within the first minute of the video being uploaded. So today we're gonna set it higher to 50. If you guys could smash right through that 50 likes, man, it's crazy. I know it's crazy, but we could do it. Anyways, guys, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here with those notifications turned on, and let me know down in the comments below, man, do you like the CR-56 AMAX, or do you think it's overhyped? I doubt it's overhyped, man. It's really good. And let's get into that first class. So the perks I'm using for both class is either going to be Scavenger or EOD for perk number 1. Scavenger, you don't have to worry about it too much because there's a lot of weapons that share the same ammo as the CR-56, so you could pick up a lot of ammo regardless of whether you have Scavenger or not. And EOD is great because a lot of people love chucking C4s, hiding claymores, and bouncing betties, or whatever you want to call them. So make sure you got an EOD on if you don't want Scavenger. Ghost for perk number 2, those UAVs you don't want to be seen. And then tune up so you could get everything 40% faster, whether you're running Dead Silence or Stopping Power, which are the only two field upgrades I highly recommend. You will get them 40% faster. C4 and Stim Shot, obviously. So the actual class, the good class, the one you guys are watching in the background right now, I mean, they're both good classes, but this one's my favorite one. You are going to put on the Barrel XRK Zodiac S440, and this is a great barrel. This gives you damage range, this gives you bullet velocity, but it even kicks in with a little bit of recoil control right there, just to make this gun feel even more like a laser. And if you guys are watching the mid-range shots I'm having in this game, it's very, very accurate. Now the ADS, you do lose some, and you do lose some movement speed as well, and we are going to be losing a little more of those within this class, but we're going to try and get them back as much as possible. So the next one is going to be the stock, and for this stock you want to run the FS as close quarters. And the only reason we're running this, you are going to be losing some aiming stability, which you guys know doesn't matter, but the only reason we're running this is to get a little bit of ADS on our side, because we're going to be losing that again, and we don't want to lose too much. So we kind of want to balance it out a little bit here, so this gun doesn't feel too heavy and stuff like that. It's still going to be very good up close, and that's why we're throwing on these attachments. The next one is going to be the underbarrel, and you guys already know, man, it's either going to be the Commando foregrip or the Merc foregrip. Choose which one you want. The one that I run most often on this class is the Merc foregrip, because it gives you a really nice amount of recoil control, and I really suggest using that. It's really nice to have, and it also gives you hip fire accuracy, so when you do get into those up close gunfights, what you should be doing is start hip firing before you start aiming down sights. That way you could be shooting and aiming down sights at the same time, not wasting any time whatsoever. Connect a few bullets and probably even kill the people before you even ADS, so you will get those kills faster than the enemies. The next one is going to be, well, actually before we get to there, you are going to be losing aim, walking, movement speed, and ADS with the Merc foregrip, so you got to be warned about that. Now the ammunition, again, we're going to be losing ADS and movement speed because we want to have more ammo on this gun, and that's going to be 45 round mags. It gives you more ammo, it's not too heavy, and you could still reload the gun pretty quickly because you're not running like 100 mags or something like that, 100 rounds or anything like that, right? So it's not that bad. And the final one is going to be the rear grip, and this is pretty much the stippled grip tape, but it has a different name on this weapon, and that's the XRK CR-56 stippled wrap. This gives you you ADS speed, and it gives you sprint to fire speed, which is super nice, and you are losing some aiming stability. So this gun's very balanced out. It has such good recoil control, because we didn't lose anything whatsoever on that, but we got recoil control twice for this weapon. Then the ADS, we have some attachments that give it and some that lose it, so it balances itself out. And I have to say, this is really nice. You guys are watching the gameplay. It's really good. Don't be fooled, man. This gun is really good. Now, getting on to the other class. Now, this is the one that you could possibly use in Warzone if you really wanted to, or actually, sorry, the other class I just gave you was, and you guys could use it in Warzone if you wanted to. And with the other class, just take off the stock and throw on the muzzle monolithic suppressor for the last class I gave you guys, and it's good for Warzone. Now, this is the class, the one we're getting into now, that I wouldn't recommend using in Warzone unless you're using it with another AR or a sniper or anything that's built for range. So this one right here is purely for rushing, and it's a great class, but we are not going to be able to control that recoil at super long range. So that's why I recommend this one is for like pretty much just up close. Now, the muzzle you want to run is not going to be the monolithic suppressor. That sounds weird. Nick, you always give us the muzzle monolithic suppressor. You've never changed it. I know. But this time, we're going to be going with the compensator. And a lot of people might think I'm a little weird for this one, but I like it because it gives you recoil control and it takes away ADS. But the compensator isn't that big. It's not taking away as much ADS as you guys actually think. So it's really nice to run. The recoil control is pretty sweet, and I highly recommend using it. But you also lose that useless aiming stability. So you don't got to worry about that right there. Now, the barrel, this is super important. You want to make it as small as possible, and that's going to be with the FSS 8.3-inch intruder. This gives you ADS speed and it gives you movement speed. What more could you ask for? It's a great one, but you are losing recoil control, which is why we have the muzzle compensator on, but you also are losing bullet velocity, which is why I don't recommend this gun in Warzone much, because in Warzone you're gonna end up getting into long range gunfights, and this is not the gun you want to use for those ranges. Like, I mean, if you could tap fire and you could hit people nicely, go for it, but this gun is not built for range, trust me on that. Now, you guys might not want to run this because it did get nerfed, but we will be running the stock no stock on this gun right here. Now, it did get nerfed, but it's not as bad as you guys think. So you get movement speed and you get ADS speed, but you lose aiming stability and you lose recoil control as well, which kind of sucks. So because of that, we already lost recoil control twice on this gun, but we got it once. So pretty much we're at 1 negative towards recoil control at the moment. So what you guys could do for the next attachment is throw on the Merc foregrip as the underbarrel to get even more recoil control. But if you guys really want to keep this gun and not reload so often and stuff like that, I recommend running the ammunition 45 round mags. I'm not sure which gameplay I'm going to put in the background yet. I might put the one where I'm using the Merc foregrip or the one where I'm using the 45 round mags. Depends which one I find more interesting, but you guys could definitely choose between those two perks. So I will warn you, if you go with the 45 round mags, the recoil control is going to be a little harder to control, which is why some people might want to run the Merc foregrip, which makes this gun a lot easier. Now, the last attachment for this one right here is going to be the same as the last attachment on the last one, and that's the rear grip XRK CR-56 stippled wrap. And I will tell you guys that sprint to fire speed and that ADS speed, it's really nice on this gun. It does a great job, and you lose some aiming stability, which, like I always say, is a little useless anyways. So that's the class, man. You guys could check it out on screen right there. And I will say one thing, they're both great classes. I do prefer the first one I gave you though. I don't know why, I just feel like it just plays a lot nicer. And if you are rushing and playing small maps, the other one does a great job at it, but you could still use the first one for that kind of stuff as well. It's not as great for rushing, but it is really good if you want to push, you kind of want to move hard against the enemies and stuff like that. It's pretty good. The second one I gave you guys is if you love running like the MP5 or any type of SMG and stuff, and you want to use something a little heavier and that does more damage at mid-range, that's the class you want to use. They're both great classes. Go ahead and use it. Let me know down in the comments below, like I asked you guys earlier, do you like the CR-56 AMAX, or do you guys think it's actually a little overhyped? I don't think it is overhyped whatsoever, I'll be honest with you guys. And if you made it this far, comment yellow banana down in the comments below. I know the bananas are yellow, so we're just gonna mess with people anyways. I just mess with people, man. They're gonna be reading the comments if they didn't watch the video this far, and they'll be like, what the heck is he talking about bananas in the best class setup? And yeah, that's how you mess with people. Guys, man, subscribe to the channel. We're getting close to 610,000 subscribers, so that's crazy, man. We just hit like 600k like a week ago or something like that, so that's pretty nice. Thank you guys, man, for all the support recently. I don't say it enough, or I do say it enough, but I don't feel like I say it enough. I don't know. Thank you guys anyways. Like I said, man, turn on those notifications every single time. Drop a like on this video. We're gonna go for 50 and we're gonna do it, man, trust me. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.